will be whaler. Those are the fanners. They're gonna be like, bitch, I hate you, bitch.
Yep.
Bam.
And you think about fanners, you think about a fan, right? Because the next word it says, fanners that shall fan. And fan means like to cast away or to spread out, you know.
Like what happens when you see a fly and it gets close to your face?
Yeah.
You're fanning it away. Or what happens when you tell somebody the word, they fan their hand at they fan their hand at you. You gotta understand these things, baby. Also, when you go to a game, to a football game, who's sitting in the stands?
Fans.
The fans.
Yep. Because they're rooting for somebody.
Whoever.
But the other team, they're not rooting for them, so they're fanning them, you know.
And they have home side and the team side, visitor side. But what happens when you see a college basketball game and the guy's at the free throw line? All the fanners behind them are like distracting his ass. This Bible is living, man. This Bible is alive.
They knew what they were talking about when they wrote this.
Worked down, yeah. Oh, and it was written by us for us, man. A real FUBU. You dumb monkeys, it was written by a man. Yeah, a Hebrew Israelite man. For another Hebrew Israelite man.
Food, not food.
Oh yeah, by us for us? Hell yeah.
Shit.
There you go. Everything makes sense when you start understanding what you're really talking about. Can you imagine the fucking, well, you see it all the time. People always say something that they don't understand. And it's always somebody that doesn't study, that's always in their feelings. I feel like this, or some straight up bullshit. Let me read that one again. Jeremiah 51:2. And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
So he's going to empty this place, you know. What does it take to empty it? You know, a bunch of missiles.
Yes, sir. It's gonna burn it up. Because as soon as you, and what do you do with stuff you don't like? You empty it, right? You fill up the trash can with stuff that you don't like, and what do? You empty that smaller can into a bigger can.
You gotta empty the trash.
You gotta empty the trash. You gotta take out the trash. How about that song?
Oh yeah.
Take out the papers and the trash,
Yeah.
or you don't get no spending cash. That's it, because we're administrating the word. Yahweh Shai is the executive. He's telling us go take care of this business, man. Come on, don't you want a crown? And I want to give a big round of applause to all the brothers out there in the world preaching the name of Yahweh Shai, man. Good job. Nobody tells you that. I know nobody tells you that. Because why? Nobody tells me that. But I'm not looking for somebody to say, oh, good brother, good job, brother. Oh, I want a crown.
Yeah. It's a beautiful deed.
Yeah.
And it's truth, man.
I want a reward.
Out of the whole earth, Yahweh chose us.
That's right. He could have left us in any situation. He could have left us in prison. He could have left us playing housewife with some woman that always cheating on us.
That's right.
Could have been a bad situation.
So we appreciate our lives. That's why we give it back to Yahweh Shai.
That's why we do those videos every day.
Make our life a sacrifice.
Sir, that's what the scripture is all about. Verse 3, or you want me to get into the scripture? Jeremiah 51:3. Against him that bended, let me read it again. Against him that bended, man, I'm fucking this up real good. Against him that bended, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Let me read that one again, because I messed it up. Jeremiah 51 and 3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. And against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host.
See, so Yahweh Hashem Shai is going to destroy this whole place, and he's going to have this whole place surrounded. You know, nothing's going to be able to escape. And these prideful military armies, they're going to trust in their equipment. You know, because right there it says, against him that lifted himself up in his brigadine. That means, you know, his armor. And that's what they're going to be trying to do. They're trying to be going against, you know, the chariots.
So when you go up against the chariots, you're going up against something else. You're not even ready. You don't even have video game technology that's ready for that.
Because the space wars, that's the highest technology, you know.
That's where the brigadine's going to be shown. That's where his brigadine's going to be shown.
Yeah, that's what it's talking about. He's going to lift himself up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to verse 5.
Jeremiah 51 and 5. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of Yahweh Shem Shai of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel.
So Yahweh Shem Shai says he has not forgotten. So after all this time, you know, ever since the beginning, after all this time, you think Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to be with his people. But he says right here,
verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh Shem Shai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
See, so even though you think Yahweh Shem Shai is not with you, he's still gonna give us a recompense. You know.
Right, and that lesson goes totally into what I was talking about. It's a compliment. You know, you got people that don't understand what the Spirit's all about. Spirit is about being on the same path. Let's say we're all Jedi warriors, and we're all using the Force on the good side. What's the difference between someone using the Force on the good side and Darth Vader? Well, Darth Vader wanted his own way, right? But the Jedi were happy with being peaceful and everything. So, you know, there's two sides of it. You're in control of what side you want to be on. So either your Force is with us or your Force is against us. So if you're saying that the sign's off, you're against us.
That's right, because it said, this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
Verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh Shem Shai's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
So Yahweh Shem Shai, he's holding a golden cup, and in that cup, you know, is wine.
Good stuff. Because they're drunk, they're all drunk. So what happens when you get drunk off good wine? You start acting up. We were already talking about being drunken with blood. Now they're drunk with philosophies. Now they're drunk with blood. I mean, with wine. That's that bullshit where you start respecting people's feelings, and then you start giving them rights. like pedophiles. They have the sign where there's a triangle inside a bigger triangle. That's pedophiles. But you're letting them do whatever they want. Let me get to the next one. Okay, so this one has precept. Verse 8, Babylon is fallen. Oh, I messed it up. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take blame for her pain. If so be she may be healed.
So she can't be healed because once you're already drunk, you know.
You gotta sleep it off. Or you gotta get destroyed. Let me get some scripture. This is Isaiah 21 and 9. Isaiah 21 and 9. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he hath broken unto the ground. So the chariots represent the chariots, and the horsemen represent angels. So then let me get Revelation 14 and 8. Revelation 14 and 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And then 18 and 2. Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So I'm going to read verse 8 again in Jeremiah. That's why the angels are saying this. And that's the only reason you should be reading one scripture after another without breaking it down, because that tells you the whole story. So Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed.
Yep, so when we went into how this place is going to be destroyed, you know, it's going to be destroyed, but Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to protect his elect, you know, from those weapons. Because when you get Isaiah 54 and 16, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. See, so even though we're right here, you know, in the last days, prophesying that destruction comes, you know, no weapon's going to be formed against us. And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment shalt thou condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
So the righteousness is because what? We're related to Yahushai. We're blood relation. That's why we're righteous like that, even though we've sinned. But that's the only way we can sin, because we are righteous. Let me get another scripture. Jeremiah 51 and 8 and 9. Verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So that's all those other countries talking about. Look, man, this bitch is done. Let's go. Let's go back to our own country. Let's get the heck out of here. Because there's no more money to be made here. Let me read that again. Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto the heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
So they said that the nuclear missiles today are way far worse than that one that was dropped on Hiroshima. So after those missiles are dropped, there's nothing that could be healed after that. That's why I said it can't be healed.
For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky. Man, what's her judgment? That's what she has to pay for.
That's not a judgment.
That's a recompense too. That's the word recompense. So let me get this in Jeremiah 51:23. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee I will break in pieces captains and rulers. So that's what we got to do in order to get this power. We got to keep preaching and prophesying, because it's telling us. Look at in verse 20, Jeremiah 51:20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. So if we're weapons, aren't we skillful warriors? We're skillful warriors with the scriptures. Let me go back to that. Jeremiah 51:10. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, our power.
That's what we're doing, is we're declaring the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We're telling you all that his work does.
All mysteries, all everything you can take. Verse 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes for his devices against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is vengeance of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the vengeance of his temple.
So the hopeful elect, they want those arrows to come. That's why it said, make bright the arrows, because that's his device to destroy this place. Like I said, that's the cleanser.
That's a cleanser that's going to be, man. If you have to clean something with fire, it must be really dirty. Verse 12. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon.
So he said, set up, make strong the watchmen, and prepare the ambushes.
Prepare the ambush. Any more?
One more. Isaiah 55 and 1.
So we're in Isaiah 51, 55?
55 and 1. Yep,
Isaiah 55 and 1. Ho, everyone thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye buy and eat. Ye come buy wine and milk without money and without price.
So it says if you're thirsty, to come and buy this milk,
If you don't have no money.
Yep.
How wish I said that?
So
Like,
meaning if you're searching for the Lord, if you're searching for who the Lord is,
the price is right here.
yep.
The price is right. You should be coming up and trying to get some. Because you're going to ask, well, how much? How much? And we're going to say, Nothing. Just gotta show yourself worthy to be approved.
And it's free, you know.
Yeah. Everybody lines up to get that free Obama phone. Isaiah 55 and 2. Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Uh-oh.
So why are you spending your money on food that's not good, food that doesn't give you strength? You know?
So now it's telling you to delight yourself in food that in the fatness.
Well, the food that you're buying is the GMO food. You know, that's not giving you any vitamins.
That Christianity, that Jehovah's Witness stuff, that's all baloney.
Make this the last one.
Yeah.
The third.
Verse 3, incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David.
So it says, you should have your ears wide open, you know, to be listening to this word, and by that, your soul is gonna live.
Yes, sir.
You know, because it says right here, we still have He will make an everlasting covenant, you know, with us.
Yeah, and that everlasting covenant goes into Jeremiah 31 and 31, and Hebrews 8 and 8.
So that's why, you know, you got to get with this word.
And get with the program.
Or get destroyed.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we're telling you. That's why it's free.
It's free.
That's why it's free, because if you don't come onto it, you're gonna get destroyed.
Would you buy the best would you buy the best for free, or
Something
spend
else.
all your money for the worst? That's a beautiful lesson, you know.
Yeah, you wouldn't. It's like since the Dodgers won the series, right? You wouldn't want to buy a fucking team that lost the series unless you were the fan of that team. Right?
So with that, we hope it's edifying. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Camp for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
Shalom.